I want to let you all know why we are here. And the good news is it is not to listen to a very long sermon. This is going to be a blessedly short sermon because the beautiful ministers of Holy Week who have been leading worship all week are absolutely astonishing choir. Our wonderful and powerful lead vergers are immensely talented acolytes, the fabulous behind-the-scenes AV team, and the never, ever-ending energy-filled altar guild, and the welcome ambassadors who have made your way in and out, oh so beautiful. On all of you who have been in the congregation, who've joined us for all of Holy Week, we've been in church for the past 7 nights, and our bodies are letting us know we need some rest. But we are also here on this holy night because where else would you want to be? We're going to baptize somebody. We're going to baptize a beautiful woman who's had an extraordinary life journey. And now she's been told by God that it's time for her to be baptized and to become a Christian in body, mind, and spirit. So may it be so for you, Caroline, today. But most importantly tonight, we have come to Vigil. And this profound worship service, which already started out with this extraordinary fire and the gorgeous singing over this massive candle that has been lit for the first time ever tonight, and that we are going to use on every feast day until next Easter. This beautiful service is happening because you and I need to vigil. And to vigil, it's not simply to keep awake in the dark. It's not just to light candles and silently wait what we're all longing for. We often think of vigiling as a passive and a silent activity. It is not. Vigiling is a ferociously bold human response to helplessness and hopelessness. When you can do nothing else, you vigil. We vigil because something needs to change. Something is not right, and we can't fix it. But God can. Put another way, to vigil is to give a bid to God and seek God to return that bid. Now, what does a bid mean? Let me explain that to you by wildly changing directions here and telling you what I do when a couple comes seeking to get married in this place and we have the fun and friendly premarital counseling sessions. So I give the soon-to-be wed couple homework. And one of the things I have them do is read an article called Masters of Love. This details the work that was done by 2 clinical psychologists, John and Julie Gottman, who have dedicated their lives over the last 50 years in trying to understand what makes marriages work and relationships work and what causes them to go up in smoke. So they researched and they followed thousands of couples for year after year to see who in love were the masters and who in love were the disasters. And in one study, they invited 130 newlywed couples to the University of Washington, where they set up this love lab. And it looked like a bed and breakfast retreat. And there they observed how each pair interacted with one another. And they made this critical discovery. Throughout the days, couples would make a request for connection from each other, what Gottman called bids. So for instance, a husband may say, "Look at that red cardinal outside." Now, and this is key, the husband is actually not commenting on the bird. He's requesting a response from his wife, a sign of interest or support, hoping they'll connect, a bid. So now the wife has a choice. She could take up the bid. She could say, "What a beautiful bird. Thank you so much for pointing out that to me." Or she can dismiss the bid by saying something like, "I'm clearly trying to read this book, and I've been trying to read it all day, and all you do is keep interrupting me." Or even worse, she could ignore him. And what they found, what they could predict with over 90% certainty, was whether couples, gay or straight, rich or poor, childless or not, remain married or are unhappy or broken up after 6 years. And the key is the number of bids answered. Couples who are disasters in love answer bids 33% of the time. That's 3 times out of 10. That's 3 times that the wife answers positively to her bird-loving husband, and 7 times she ignores him or dismisses the remark. Masters of love, they answer bids 9 times out of 10. Answering bids is the way we love, and it's the way we know we are loved. And tonight, you and I are vigiling because we are bidding God. We are bidding God because we need that connection to God, and we need that connection to God because of what happened yesterday. Yesterday, they crucified the Lord and buried his body deep in the depths of hell. And tonight, we're utterly alone on this earth. We have been abandoned by the one who promised to care for us, to be with us, to save us. Jesus is dead. And we got nothing. And when we humans have nothing, we vigil. We use all of our power to get the attention of God and care for one another while we wait for God to respond. So tonight we're going to tell each other stories from our scriptures of when God did do great things on this earth, like when God made creation out of nothing, when God talked to Moses from a burning bush and freed the slaves, when God raised the dry bones of Israel and made them live again. We vigil also by singing these ancient songs written by the faithful throughout the ages who've been waiting on the Lord, and we pray. We are all bidding together to get God to respond. So we bid to God. They crucified Jesus. What are we going to do? And will God respond to our bid? Well, I'll let you all see for yourself tonight. Follow the light and see with your own eyes what God does next now that Jesus is dead. But I'll let you in on a little secret. God is the master of love. Not only Will God answer every bid you send? God actually has been sending bids to you from the day you were made. And you may not respond to all of God's bids. You may do only 3 out of 10, like that bird-hating wife did. But rest assured, God is not affected by your or my disastrous ways of loving God and loving each other. God will always bid us today, tomorrow, and forever. So it's no wonder that we humans vigil. We know God is always going to respond to our bids. And wait until you see how God responds to Jesus' death.